and welcome to All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and today my guest is Bishop Bob Jackson, Axel Gospel Church of God in Christ, right here in the city of Oakland. Bishop, welcome back to All About Community. I know you missed us, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's always a pleasure. Let's talk about what's going on in Oakland. There's so much happening in Oakland. Do you think that things are really getting better in Oakland? I hope so, aren't they?
Well, I'm hoping so too, and praying. We're certainly praying for the city, that our city do better, because it can do better. And now with the new police chief, that seems to be the talk of the town right now.
And I understand he started just this week, right?
Just this week, yes.
And what are your expectations of the new police chief?
Well, I expect, first of all, the community to work with him.
Absolutely.
And he working with the community. Then I also expect him to be able to, some way or another, help raise enough money to add more cops to the force, because...
No, Bishop. How is he going to raise enough money when they're cutting budgets, Bishop? Come on, you got to be realistic about it.
Because I don't care how they cut the budget. My point is saying is the priority need to be public safety.
Public safety.
When people feel safe in their home, safe in their city, safe to park their cars out and come back outside and it's still there, that's the kind of city that we have had in the past. We need to have it again.
Well, that's true, because if your community doesn't feel safe, they are not going to go out, they're not going to shop. But how is the chief going to convince, in your opinion, the city to devote more money now to adding more police officers when there is a faction in Oakland that does not believe in police?
Yeah, until somebody bip them, or somebody steal their stuff and steal their car, then all of a sudden they're dialing 911. The problem is, I'm thinking, he has to have the plan, because it's apparent no one in the city has a plan. We had a chief that had a plan, but of course he didn't last very long once we got the new mayor.
Yeah, the new mayor fired him.
So now we have a new chief coming in from Lubbock, Texas, which is a lot smaller than Oakland. And now we expect him to do wonders and miracles. Well,
and coming in almost 16 months later.
Well, he doesn't have the force. We have 724 police officers, and 67 of them are on disability.
So that means we have fewer than 700.
So cutting the budget, they said, having to deal with the budget, they're going to cut another 50 police officers, which is going to take us down to 600. So so I don't know.
And the FBI suggests, if I remember correctly, that we should have around 1,000. Is that right?
At least 1,200, but 1,000 would be a minimum. We need a minimum of 1,000 police officers to really protect the city and the citizens of this city like it should be done. We need about that many police officers. But they're also saying that they're not able to recruit people to become police officers.
Why can't they recruit people? We got a lot of great persons right here in the city of Oakland that should be police officers. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with being a police officer.
Police officers now making from $400,000 to $600,000 a year in Oakland because of all the overtime, because they don't have enough police officers to patrol the city. So they're working double, they're working overtime, and some of them making up to $600,000 a year.
That's a lot of money.
If I wasn't preaching, I'd get me a good.
Maybe you could do it part time.
I would. $600,000 a year. I'd go out there. My point of saying it is, it's a great opportunity for minorities, for black men and brown men to become and women,
right?
And women to become police officers, because, boy, I mean, the monies that they're making with overtime, they're pulling double shifts, making up to $600,000 a year.
But in addition to making money, it just seems to me there should be a concern for our community. So black people in particular, black men and women, ought to want to be members of the police department. Police department has an opportunity to demonstrate how to operate effectively in communities. Isn't that right?
Absolutely true. And so I think we would have a better city if more black and brown people, male and female, would join the police force because they're from the community, they know the people of the community, and that would make a win-win for the community because they're not strangers with a badge and a gun coming in to police our city, but they're actually members of the community.
So one of the things that the new police chief, Chief Mitchell, should be doing is setting the atmosphere for recruiting more blacks into the police department.
And if I get a chance to talk to him, that's exactly what
I
I'm going to do.
understand you will get a chance because I understand the mayor has requested that the police chief be given whose number? Your number.
Right.
You know why?
Because my number's not listed. That's why. No, I'm just
because you're considered to be a mover and shaker in this community and a person who's dedicated to making things happen. And that's when we turn the city around, when we have the ability to make things happen.
Well, we certainly want to do everything we can to help him be successful because, as you know, we've had 10 chiefs in the last 10 years, and none of them lasted very long. Kind of like Elizabeth with her husband.
I'm not going
to keep you long. But the point of it is, we're hoping and praying that this police chief really, comes up and does the job that we need and that we can have the city that will make it safe for everybody. I'd love to see old folks being able to walk down the streets again without getting mugged and robbed. I'd love to see the neighborhood. When I grew up in Camel Village, I've been here 79 years. I've been in Oakland. And in Camel Village, we didn't even have a key to the front door.
And you didn't need one at that time. We're going to have to go to break, Bishop, but it's so important that we all work together with this new police chief to make Oakland a better place, a safer place. Don't touch that remote. Matter of fact, just put it down. We will be right back with All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris, and my guest is Bishop Bob Jackson, Acts Full Gospel Church.